1923 Ford Model T track nose Roadster T Bucket. It's got the rounded front end, which differentiates from a regular T Bucket, which has a square front radiator grill. This front end is much more aerodynamic. They used to use it in track racing. That's why it's hence the track nose Model T. Door open. It's a fiberglass car. The door opens up on the one side, making it much easier to get in and out of the vehicle versus trying to climb over a high door sill like on most Model T kit cars. 402 Chevy big block, turbo 400 trans, Camaro 10-bolt rear end. Vehicle has 3,845 miles since the build, and that's how many miles are on the motor and tranny. Excellent condition. Professionally built in 2004. I got the personalized plates, 23 Ford assigned to it. I'm willing to give those up if you're an Arizona resident that wants the thing. Brand new tires and wheels. Just spent about $2 grand on these. Those are American Racing Torque Thrust 2s, polished aluminum. 1510s in the rear, 15.7s up front. Hankook Radials up front, and Mickey Thompson drag radials in the rear. These are DOT approved tires, so thing gets traction. Lake pipe headers with baffles in the turnouts there, and the car is just a really good running car. You know, and the big block sets it aside from all the other small block Chevy cars and possibly small block Ford cars out there. Very rare that you see these things with big blocks in them. Really cool shifter. It's a Lokar with a skull and the push button. It's got safety belts and a fixed cup holder. So, and parking brake that works. And we'll fire it up. Anyhow, that's how it idles. Door closes. We'll go through the directionals and the lights. Got a cool little skull here, nice with the turn signal and headlamps. There's all the gauges, ammeter gauge, fuel gauge, tachometer, speedometer, water temp, oil pressure, and voltmeter. Start with the directionals. That is the driver's side left directional there. Same thing with the rear. To the right side. More baffles for it to quiet it down further. You just insert them. They're like baffling rings, and it's all pretty much bolt-in affair. I like it where it's at. It's got single baffles right now. Never been pulled over or ticketed for exceeding the decibel limits for noise pollution. So I don't think anybody else would either, especially with all those damn Harleys out there. They're louder than this, but anyhow, let's go through the headlights. There's the headlights there. Like I said, this thing's really cold-blooded. It doesn't have a choke. So you got to warm it up a good minute or two before you go off driving. Anyhow, there's the rear tail lights, and the license plate has a light to light it up, and it's got these cool little skulls that light up. Their eyes are red. I don't know if you can see that, but end tilts away like this. It's on a hinge, makes it much easier to you know, to access the front end of the radiator and things like that. But just a really good running car and very unique. You know, like I said, you don't see these things with big blocks on them. Anyhow, it's got a Edelbrock aluminum dual quad low-rise intake with a couple of Edelbrock carburetors. I don't know the CFM on them. They're probably 500s, maybe 600s. I'll have to check that out. The rear end, I did some research on it. It's a late 80s, early 90s model F-body Camaro Firebird rear end. Open differential, no posi traction. The gear ratio, I believe, was 273. Which means that you can run this thing down the freeway since it doesn't have overdrive. Electronic ignition with the Pertronics flamethrower, electronic distributor. Yeah, other than that, I mean, it's got a polished alternator, polished valve covers, polished snorkel for the, and then it's got individual air cleaners in there for each carburetor. I also have the flapper linkage for this front of this. I'll include that too. I removed it because the way those things are set up, they're set up to open up from the top, which looks ridiculous. They should open from the bottom and flip up. And the only way I can do that is to have a fabricated rod made, which my buddy's going to do for me, and then I'll put it back on and it'll look cool and it'll open up correctly. Chrome coil. I think it has aluminum radiator. Yeah, aluminum radiator. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's just a really cool car. It gets a lot of attention, and it starts up right away once you get it warmed up. Normally, got to give it some gas sometimes, but yeah, it's available for sale. Contact me through whatever form you found this through. I don't like doing texts. I'm a flip phone user. I'm using a digital camera right now to film this, and a desktop computer user. So if you you know, if you want, you know, if you're gonna send me text, it's a bitch for me to reply back because I gotta handpick the damn digits out. So I prefer either a face-to-face phone call, or you could message me through the forum, and then, you know, eventually we can lead to a phone call that way, either way. But yeah, I normally don't respond to text because there's too many damn scammers and shit like that out there. So let's get this moving.